I don't know what you want to know because I don't have much to say. I've been talking for about 2 weeks almost every day about this, and I'm sick and tired of talking about it, so we're excited about starting practice tomorrow. Wish we could start today. Did you want more than that?
So we'll start with this. You've had time, obviously, spent all those years being a head coach. You come here, now you're head coach again. When you enter this training camp phase, do you think you sort of start to revert into some of the old things that you've done in your past, or have you sort of remolded yourself now for this new opportunity to sort of go through a training camp?
I think that's yet to be seen, but the plan is that I've learned from past mistakes, so I revert back to the good things I did, and I eliminate the bad things I did. And every school or every team, even year to year, every team has a little bit different makeup to it, so that you have to approach the team a little bit differently. But the 2 years I spent not being a head coach, hopefully I learned some things, was able to reflect on the things I did wrong, and I don't make those same mistakes. I'm sure I'm going to make some mistakes, but the idea is not to make the same mistakes so that I'm better.
Very late practices, and what's the reason?
Two reasons. This is the first time we've been able at San Diego State to have our freshmen in summer school. Summer school doesn't end for another 10 days or so. We also, our first game is a night game, and that's the most important game on our schedule, so we're going to get used to practicing at night. A lot of it's due to the summer school. It kind of eliminates when you can practice. They go to summer school in the morning and they have study hall in the afternoon, so it looked to me that the only time they had free was at night.
Did you decide on any sort of theme or focus of your camp at all, or are you just going to hit the field and just let it go?
We're just going to hit the field and try to get better as we go.
Rocky, can you kind of sketch out your thoughts on this year's team, offense, defense, et cetera, about where you kind of think you're at and what you're expecting to do?
See, I've answered this question about 9,000 times now. I think we got the makings of a pretty good team. I think we've got an outstanding quarterback. We've got really good running backs. The offensive line's pretty good. Our most in-depth position, or the best depth we have on our offense, is tight end. We don't have any proven wide receivers. They're all unproven, or they're all really, really young, and they're going to be trying to replace maybe the two best receivers that have played here. I mean, there's some people who argue who the best receivers are, but as a tandem, they were as good as anybody's ever been as a tandem. They're both trying to make NFL teams now, and those guys are hard to replace, especially since you don't have anybody that's ever played hardly before. On defense, we've got good depth at linebacker and got some good players. We got some depth in the secondary and have good players. We don't have any depth in the D-line. So there's a couple older players there that are pretty good, but all the backups are young and inexperienced, and for us to be any good on defense, they're going to have to be able to play better than their age. We've got a good kicker, we've got a good punter, we've got a good deep snapper. So other than they're all seniors and we're going to have to recruit someone to replace them next year, we're really good at the kicking positions.
Did you catch Marshall Faulk's speech last night? What did you think of his appreciation for the school?
Well, I didn't catch a speech, but I was at his press conference that he had on campus, and I thought it was pretty special to see a guy that was going in the Pro Football Hall of Fame spend so much time thanking the people of San Diego, and then thanking people for the opportunity to come to school here, and the great time he had while he was here, and the way he developed his game here. And I mean, so I didn't see the speech, but I saw his press conference, and he did a real nice job of thanking everybody at San Diego State and in San Diego.
Certainly doesn't hurt your program to have a guy like that expressing how much he likes your program. You get a nice little smile on the face when you hear things like that, going, all right, thank you, let the people know what's going on over here.
Well, Marshall being in the Pro Football Hall of Fame makes it really special for everything we do here in our football program. But it has been my experience in the short time I've been here that the tradition of the school hasn't necessarily been good football teams, but there's been a lot of pro football players come out of here. And the pro football players that come out of here, every one of them that I've bumped into really appreciates San Diego State and lets you know it. I mean, Marshall's in the spotlight right now, and that's an unbelievable award. I mean, very few people get that award. But he's not the only one that is playing pro football from San Diego State that talks nice about us.
Coach, how would you describe your coaching style?
I don't know why don't you come to practice when it's open and then you describe it for me.
Coach, talk about your approach here during the first year here at San Diego State. Is it one of those things where you're like that wide-eyed kid first day of school, can't sleep at night, so excited, or is it like been here, done that, like it's business?
Well, the first part is I can't sleep at night. And it wasn't until about a week ago that happened, and so that's normal. The last 2 years I slept pretty good, and I never used to sleep when I was a head coach before, so obviously I know I'm a head coach now because I haven't been sleeping all week. Am I wide-eyed and excited about getting out? I'm excited to be getting out there. It's hard for a guy my age to be wide-eyed now. I'm not nervous whatsoever because I've done it before and I know what to expect. But I do have butterflies in my stomach today that I did not have yesterday. And like I said, I was sleeping just fine till about a week ago. And I assume that's the football season's here. I assume that's the reason.
You big on walk-ons? Did you expect to be bringing in another group when classes begin, or how's that going to work?
We have some new walk-ons that have come in. They're here now, and they'll start practicing tomorrow. I love walk-ons. In fact, we have 2 walk-ons that are seniors that have been put on scholarship, that have been here. This is going to be their 5th year. They've been here for 4 years without a scholarship, and we had room within our number of scholarships limit, and I put both of them on scholarship. One is Demetrius Barksdale, and the other is Larry Gibbs. So they are now on scholarship. I love walk-ons because they come for the love of the game. They have to get themselves in school. They have to pay their own way. Both those guys I mentioned have been working. I mean, I'm sure their parents have been helping them too, but they've taken out loans. They've been working to pay their tuition, and they're both pretty good football players. I mean, that's real dedication there now. And walk-ons come with a little bit different attitude. And I've been around some walk-ons that got drafted in the NFL. There's some still playing in the NFL that were original walk-ons at my old school.
Is there anybody from your recruiting class that didn't qualify?
Yes. Sheffield, Sam Atoy. I think it's Anthony Sheffield. When they don't qualify, I forget their names. I think it was Anthony Sheffield and Sam Atoy. And then we have 2 out of the recruiting class that were injured in the spring that had to have operations. And they are going to gray shirt. In other words, they're not going to be here now, but they're going to be here in January. They're going to come in January as new freshmen on scholarship. Ryan Jack and Mike Asayao.